You're looking at tomorrow's warning, recorded in the 1990s. One harmless shelter at Mischief Reef grew into a full-blown base inside Philippine waters. If we miss the pattern again, Scarborough could be next. They said it was just a shelter. A small place on the reef where fishermen could rest when the weather turned bad. Nothing serious. In the mid-1990s, the world was told that China was only building fishermen's shelters on a remote reef in the West Philippine Sea. Today, that shelter is a major military base, with a long runway, missile systems, and radar inside the Philippines' exclusive economic zone. Mischief Reef, Panganiban Reef to Filipinos, lies about 130 nautical miles west of Palawan, well inside the Philippines' 200 nautical mile exclusive economic zone under the UN Convention on the Law of the Sea. From China's coast, it is more than 1,000 kilometers away. Legally, it sits on the Philippines' continental shelf. Only the Philippines has the right to build there and use the resources. Early 1995, Filipino fishermen report something new at Panganiban Reef. Armed personnel and unfamiliar constructions rising out of the lagoon. Reconnaissance flights confirm it. On top of steel and wooden stilts sit octagonal huts with the flag of the People's Republic of China. The Ramos administration protests. How can another country build structures without permission on a reef inside the Philippine EEZ? Beijing replies, "These are only shelters for Chinese fishermen, civilian, non-military," they say. They even claim that Filipino fishermen are also welcome to use them. Across Southeast Asia, few are convinced. ASEAN issues a statement expressing serious concern. Analysts call it creeping expansion in the South China Sea. The supposed shelters do not remain simple for long. By 1998 to 1999, aerial images show big concrete facilities. A pier about 300 meters long, barracks, even a probable command center. A pattern becomes clear. First, buoys and markers. Then, temporary wooden shelters. Then, permanent concrete buildings. From 2013 to 2015, the reef was transformed again. China carries out massive land reclamation, pouring sand and rock over the coral. In just a few years, an artificial island of roughly 558 to 590 hectares appeared where there used to be only water and reef. A man-made platform the size of a small city. Today, Mischief Reef is a full-fledged military base. A runway of about 3 kilometers, hardened hangars and storage, deep harbors for ships, and layered radar and communications systems. Open-source reports point to the deployment of HQ-9 or HQ-9B surface-to-air missiles, YJ-12B anti-ship cruise missiles, gun batteries, and jamming equipment. Weapons that can threaten ships and aircraft far across the West Philippine Sea. What began as a fisherman's shelter has become, in effect, an unsinkable missile and air base, positioned inside the Philippines' own maritime zone. In 2016, an international tribunal in The Hague issued its ruling on the case filed by the Philippines. The tribunal ruled that Mischief Reef is a low-tide elevation within the Philippines' EEZ and continental shelf. It cannot be claimed as sovereign territory. And China's construction of artificial islands and facilities there, without Philippine consent, breached the Philippines' sovereign rights. This is not just a legal dispute on paper. It affects fishing grounds, energy resources, and the security of millions who depend on these waters. Today, we hear similar language in areas within the Philippines' lawful maritime entitlements. Terms like China's Huangyandao National Nature Reserve, Marine Park, or purely civilian facilities around features such as Scarborough Shoal. Mischief Reef is a warning. Once structures go up, they are hard to roll back. Once a shelter becomes a base, it changes the balance of power, the law on the water, and the lives of those who fish there. We have seen this lie before. Civilian cover leading to permanent military control. They called it a shelter. They built a base. The next time we hear, "It's just civilian," we should remember Panganiban and ask what it could become tomorrow. But Mischief Reef was not the beginning. Before the fisherman's shelter came another promise, a harmless weather station on a reef far from China's own coast. In Episode 2, we go back to 1987, to Fiery Cross Reef, where it all started as science.
As the sun sets, the BRP Sierra Madre stands firm. Stay informed. See you next watch.